type of mindset you're going to need to make it in trading. Because to think that you could just have a mindset that you're not 100% committed to, you have to be 110% committed to it. And that's in every realm. If you're failing, you have to get up. If you're not seeing results, you have to make results, right? If you fail an eval, you buy another one. You have to be that kind of psycho. You have to be that kind of crazy, right? You look at every successful person in any field, and they'll all tell you that they were crazy about it. They didn't listen to anybody. All they had was themselves, and the only person they listened to was themselves. And for you to think that you don't need that type of mindset to make it is absurd. And I'll give you I can give you a million examples of that happening to myself, right? People doubt me. They still doubt me, right? It doesn't bother me, okay? If anything, you have to be able to take that and think to yourself, well, okay, if someone tells you that trading isn't real, or you can't make trading your job, or anything along the lines of that, you know what you should do with that? Take it as disrespect. Take it as them telling you that they don't believe in you. They're telling you that they do not believe in you, and they do not think that you're capable of doing what you say you're gonna do. They are telling you that straight to your face, and that should piss you off. And don't get mad at them. Don't get angry at them. Use it as motivation to prove them wrong. The only thing you're doing by getting mad at them is validating their point. You're validating them, and it's honestly probably what they're looking for is some sort of anger out of you. So don't give them that validation. Don't give that to them. You need to be able to take that and channel it and make sure that you prove them wrong. And you have to be 100%. There cannot be any doubt. There cannot be any, well, what ifs. There's none of that. There's, I'm going to make this work regardless, and I do not care what the fuck anyone says because I'm going to do this. And that's the only way to make it. And I'm serious. That is the only way that you're going to make sure and solidify this in your life. If I had ever listened to any sort of doubt ever to do with this, then I would not be here making this video. I promise you. And quite frankly, I honestly surprised myself. Because I knew that I could do it, but I didn't know that I could do it. If that makes sense. I didn't know that I could for real get this far and prove to everybody that I was capable of doing it. And people still talk shit, and people still have things to say, but I couldn't give one fuck. Genuinely, I don't care. I do not care. And this is the thing, is most of the time when people are talking down on you, one, they don't have the brain capacity to understand what you're trying to do. They can never imagine themselves doing anything of significance, so that's why they don't see you doing it because they can't do it. Because a lot of the times people look at you through a lens of themselves. If they think about something, and to them it doesn't make sense, and to them it seems impossible, then they're going to look at you through their lens and think that it's impossible for you because they cannot do it themselves. That should piss you off. Because again, they're telling you to your face that they do not believe in you. They are telling you that they do not believe in you and they do not care to see you succeed. And the only thing you can do with that is prove them absolutely wrong. It's the only thing you can do. Right? It's the only thing you can do. Okay? Secondly, when you tell people things, and you tell them, well, I don't care what you say. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to make sure that this works. Well, you're trying their ego. You seem arrogant, which is good. You need to be arrogant. Essentially, what you're saying to them is, I don't care what you say. I don't trust your judgment because I know that I'm capable, and that's going to piss them off. Well, why aren't you listening to me? I know everything, and you don't know anything, and you're not going to be able to make it. You're testing them. You're testing their ego, and you're testing their ignorance by being ignorant yourself. And for a long time, they're going to be right. Unfortunately, they're going to be right. The only thing you can do is continue to work, continue to try, continue to work on it, back tests, get payouts, pass evals, go live, make money, and then get receipts. And then show them what you're capable of. And then oftentimes, they still will talk shit. Because now they're mad that you did it. Oh, fuck this guy. I fucking told him he couldn't do it and he did it, and fuck this guy. He got lucky. They're always going to find something to take you down. They're always going to find a way to take you down, regardless of what you're doing. And this is the thing that I've learned, and I had to learn this pretty quick. What the fuck? Regardless of what you're doing, regardless of how far you've come, regardless of the things that you're currently doing, they're going to bring up your past. They're going to bring up who you used to be. They're going to try to bring you back there because now they're like, fuck, how the fuck did he do it? How did he do it? They might even ask you for help. They might even ask you to tell them. But remember, they clowned on you for starting. They didn't even want you to start. They didn't believe in you. And now they want you to help? I don't think so, sir. I do not think so, sir. And I will no longer be your friend. And this is the thing, and I had to learn this lesson. You have to cut people off. You have to. And I learned this very recently. And I truly understand now what this means. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And I always understood the concept, of course. But I didn't truly understand what it meant to stand on it. To use that formula in real life. And now I do. And I'll give you a real life example because I have a few. And I'm not going to say names, but there's people that have disrespected me to my face and laughed at me to my face, thinking it's funny, degrading me, insulting me, disrespecting me, talking behind my back. And so the only thing that I learned from that was it got me mad. And I'm not mad at them. I just no longer talk to them, and I will never talk to them again, ever. And I stand on that. Because if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. So I don't like being disrespected. I don't like people close to me telling me that trading isn't real. Or trading is just using your fingers and it's not real money. I don't like that because that's disrespectful to me. And that's you telling me that you don't believe in me. So now I no longer talk to you. I don't care if I've known you for 6 years. It doesn't matter to me. If you say these things to my face, then you don't believe in me and you don't have any respect for me. So now I will no longer talk to you ever again. This is how it is. Because I don't stand for that. And if I didn't stand for anything like that, and if I didn't have any respect for myself and didn't have any respect for what I'm doing, well then I wouldn't stand for anything. Right? I wouldn't stand for anything, which I would fall for anything. So then they could tell me it's a joke and sorry. And I would fall for it because I don't stand for anything. You see how that works? And I never understood it until very recently. Very recently. And I mean very. Right? There's people in my life that know exactly what I'm doing. Very close to me. Or close to me. They know what I'm doing. They know exactly what I'm doing because they ask me. And I tell them because I trusted them. And then they go behind my back and tell the opposite thing to other people. Knowing full well what I'm doing. Right? And then go behind my back and tell the opposite to people. And so now I no longer talk to them. I no longer will talk to them. Because that's snakery and betrayal. Right? Because I stand for something. I stand for myself. I believe in myself. And I will no longer stand up for things like that. I will no longer put up with things like that. I don't care how many friends I have. I don't care how many people I have to cut off. I've cut off multiple people within the last week. I've cut off multiple people within the last year. I do not care. I have no sympathy. And I will never speak to you again. And you have to be like that. You have to be. Because if you have these people around you, these weak-minded people around you, well, what do you think they're going to say when you start to make it? What do you think they're going to do when you start to make money? Right? They're jealous. You don't need these kind of weak people around you. Because then what happens when you start to fail? Oh, they're going to rip you apart. They're going to, if you are starting to believe in yourself and you're starting to think, oh, well, I'm close, man. I'm really close. They're going to doubt you. They're going to think, you can't do it. There's no way that you can do it. They're going to doubt you. And it might even get in your head. And oftentimes, if your mind is corruptible and you're weak enough, well then, they'll continue to say. Think about it like this. And this happens more, I think, in girls than guys, but it goes both ways. If you are a girl and you have a boyfriend, and your girlfriends think that your boyfriend isn't good for you, per se, well then they're going to continue to say, oh, well, break up with him, he's not good for you, break up with him, he's not good for you. There's so many things that we could do. We could go to the club, we could go to the party, blah, 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 he's not good for you, he's not good for you. And over a long span of time, what do you think happens? They end up breaking up. Because the girl goes into arguments with the boyfriend in the lens of, he's not good for me and I can do way better and there's so many other things that I could do. With seeing through that lens in an argument, well, of course you're going to think like that. And what ends up happening? Well, they break up. And so if you have a weak mind around you constantly, and you're trying to have a strong mind, but you are surrounded by weak people, well then guess what? You're going to end up weak, and you're going to end up doubting yourself. But if you surround yourself with people that believe in you, are confident in you, like myself, I have 2 people are in my life that believe in me 100%. 2. Those are the only 2 people I talk to, and I do not care. Because if that's all I need, if that's all I have, then that's all I need. And that's all I need to get to where I want to be. Because I have myself, and I have my 2 people. That's all I need. But you, if you truly believe in yourself, and you truly want to change in your life, well then guess what? You have to change your life. For you to change your life, you have to change your life. You understand? Nothing changes if nothing changes. And I've understood this for a long time. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you don't change the complete structure of your life, you don't change the way you wake up. You don't change the way you dress. You don't change the way you go throughout your day. You don't change anything. Well then guess what? Your life will not change. Because you're still living the same way that you were before. So to expect something to be different is absurd. Right? I've changed my room structure a bunch of times. Right? I've changed the way I dress a bunch of times. Right? I changed the structure of my day a bunch of times because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I am not in control of where I live currently. There's nothing I can do about that right now. So I can't change that. But what are the things that you can control? What are the things you can change? Well, you can change your friends. You can control what your friends say to you, and if they do not respect you, then get rid of them. You can change the way you structure your day. Well, instead of waking up at 12, I can wake up at 8. Instead of trading in my bed, I can trade at my desk. Instead of trading on my phone, well, maybe I can buy a cheap monitor and a cheap laptop and spend a little extra money just to trade, just so I feel a little more professional, because that's what I did, right? I had a laptop and I was trading on, and I bought a monitor and a mouse because perhaps it made me feel better. Perhaps it made me feel a little more professional. Maybe it helped me take it more serious, right? Because I feel more professional. I feel like I'm better at it if I have a monitor. And maybe that's not even true. Maybe it did nothing. But it made my brain think that I'm better at it, and it gave me an incentive to keep going. Because if I continued to buy things and invest in things that would help me get better, invest in things that I thought would help me get better, well then now I have this and X, Y, and Z that are not helping me, right? And I just spent all this money, and now I just have these things, and I'm going to give up? Well, no. I can't give up now because I just spent all this money on this one task in which is trading. Right? You have to be a psycho. You have to be crazy. You have to be a lunatic of some sort. You have to be off edge. You have to be a little bit off to make things work. Because if I wasn't like that, if I wasn't willing to cut people out of my life, if I wasn't willing to spend money on something, investing in something to make sure it works for me, right? Regardless of what people were saying, regardless of what my family was saying, then I wouldn't be here, would I? Because I would let those things get in my head, right? You cannot let things in your head. You cannot be surrounded by weak people. You have to be strong-minded. Your mind has to be strong. And again, if you're surrounded by weak people, well then guess what? Your mind will continue, well, you will form into this mush, and eventually it'll be able to consume your mind. It'll psyop you into thinking that it's no longer possible because of the people around you. And you cannot allow that. And I don't allow that. Right? Look at someone like Iman Gadzhi. You think he's surrounded by weak people? Absolutely not. Look at Donald Trump. Do you think he's surrounded by weak people? Do you think he had to cut people off? Of course. Of course he did. Do you think he believed in himself? Of course. Right? And he surrounded himself with people that believe in me. And I don't care if I have nobody by my side. I will continue to do it because I have to. And if I have to cut off everybody in my life and live in a fucking shack by myself to make it work, I will. And I promise you I will. There's 3 things in this journey that you need. Belief in yourself, belief in God, and people around you that are strong-minded and believe in you. It's the only way to make it work. Because if you have God, well, that's all you need. And God will believe in you, and God is on a path. And if you look at everything through the lens of, well, this is happening because of God's will, and I know that if I continue to do this, then I will see the light at the end of the tunnel, and God will guide me through this regardless, right? And God is putting me through this through His will, because he knows that I can get through it, and at the end of this tunnel, I will be where I want to be. Right? Faith in God. People around you that are helping you get through it, that believe in you. Right? Because at times when you don't believe in yourself, the people that do believe in you will reassure you. Strong-minded people around you, when your mind starts to play tricks on you. It's happened to me. I kind of doubt myself. With my sister, no. You can do this, Aiden. Aiden, you can do this. I've seen you do it. You can do it. It's fine. They keep you accountable. There's been times where I'm not trading good. You know what my sister will say? You're trading like shit. Figure it out. I need that sometimes. Sometimes I need that. And listen, she's younger than me. And she's telling me to figure it out. If she believes in me, she knows I can. If she didn't care, then she wouldn't bother. She believes in me. She knows I'm better than that. Aiden, figure it out. You're trading like shit. Figure it out, Aiden. What are you doing? Perfect. My brother. Not by blood, but my brother. Dude, you gotta stop over trading, bro. What are you doing? You gotta get your head out. You gotta get out of your head, bro. Like, you gotta figure it out. And it goes the same way. I tell him the same thing. It's accountability. Because we believe in each other. And if we didn't hold each other to a high standard, then what kind of friends would we be? What kind of brothers would we be? Right? You gotta have belief in yourself. A strong mind. God. And strong people around you with a strong mind that believe in you. And if you don't have those things, then figure it the fuck out. Because there's no other way. You have to be a fucking dumb fucking psycho. You have to be. And if you do not figure that out, well then, trading is probably not for you. I've been doing this for 10 months. In 2 months, it'll be a year. A year of consistency. And I've never truly put much thought into it. But as I sit here, and I think about, this is crazy. I think about every weekday for the last 10 months, I've gotten up and sat in this desk. Loss after 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 loss, infinitely until I win. And then I lose again. And my confidence is shot. And I continue to come back. Because of what? My strong mind. The people around me and God. Right? My belief. My friend's belief. My brother's belief. My sister's belief. In God's will. My faith in God. Those are the only things that are going to get you through it. And I've sat at this desk every day for 10 months. Regardless of the outcome of the trade, regardless of how I felt, regardless of what was going on in my life, I still decided to get the fuck up and sit in this fucking chair and make it work. Sleepless nights, countless hours backtesting, countless evals blown up. I'm still here. You can't fuck with me. You can't put me down. And you have to be ignorant. You have to have an ego. You have to. Right? Because how else are you going to get here? How else are you going to make it happen? If you want something bad enough, you're going to make it happen. And I don't care what your circumstances. I don't care if you have to trade on a fucking iPod. You'll make it fucking happen. I don't care if you have school. I don't care if you have this or that or this or that or this or that. If you want it, you'll make it happen. And there's no cope. Oh, well, I just feel... No, shut up. Genuinely. What are you doing? Do you want this or not? I've had my heart broken. I've gone through a bunch of shit. I've seen things that I don't want to see and gone through things I don't want to do or go through. Have to cut people off that I don't want to cut off. I've felt things that I don't want to feel. I've cried. I've fucking punched the shit out of things. Temper tantrums over this shit. And the next day, I decided to get up and try again. You have to be like that. There's nothing that can get in your way. There's nothing. And that's the only way to make it. It's the only way to make this shit work. It's not for everyone. I can't sit here and say that if I can do it, you can do it. Because honestly, not everyone's built for this. Not everyone is. And that's okay. Maybe there's something else out there for you. Maybe you should open up a business rather than trading. Maybe you should start some e-com thing. I'm not saying that you can't be successful. I'm saying that maybe trading isn't for you specifically. But if you believe in yourself and you think that I'm going to make this work regardless of what's going on around me, regardless of what people say, regardless of my mindset at this current moment, I'm going to make this work regardless of how many times I fail. I'm going to continue to get up. Regardless of how many people doubt me, I'm going to show them that I can do it. Regardless of what my family says, I'm going to show them that I can do it. And because they're my family, I'm going to still provide for them after it works because they're my family. You have to be like that. That's the only way to make it. And if you can install these things within yourself, then I promise you, you could do it. But if you doubt yourself, even 1%, I don't know, man. But these are the things you need. And if you listen to this whole video, you can see the passion in my eyes. You can feel the passion through the screen. You can feel it from my heart and from my soul that I want this shit bad more than anybody. Right? It's the only way to make it. And you have to be like this. And I hope it motivates you. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you think it's stupid. That's fine. For the people that listen to this and take it and be like, all right, I gotta figure this out. Give yourself a year. Imagine yourself in a year. That's all you need. A year. You've spent the last X amount of years not doing much. Think about it. Dedicate 1 year to yourself, working on things for yourself. Just